Hi, welcome back, Leo Rising, Sun and Moon. This is your 2024 astrology forecast. All right, guys, let's see and dive into 2024 and let's see what kind of opportunities will rise for you. So Mercury gonna go direct on January 1st, and Mercury actually went retrograde in 2023, December 13 in Capricorn. Then it dipped in back to Sagittarius on the 23rd, and it's going to station direct in Sagittarius 22 degrees. It's gonna affect your fifth house. That's gonna be something to do with clarity, and clarity, forward movement in creative project or in your romantic lives, something what it's involving children and joy and happiness. You might going to be able to hire an agent, a new manager. Maybe you're going to actually decide to have a child, or you're gonna go out for a date even the very first day of January, which could be really amazing. Then Sun going to conjunct Pluto the first week of the January, 29 degrees Capricorn, and it's gonna affect your sixth house. Powerful focus on work and health, potentially going to lead to transformative changes in this area. So, what I have to say about Pluto, that is the really last kick of Pluto in Capricorn, and it's affecting your sixth house. You have been through a lot of changes during these years, and it's going to be totally powerful. It's going to be something to do with your health. You might going to take a different avenue, the way you are actually approaching your healthcare and the way you are taking care of yourself. And it could also bring in a new opportunity to have a new work, to apply for a new work. Which could be long-term because of Capricorn. Pluto is in Capricorn, and Capricorn ruled by Saturn, anything to do with long-term or recognition, honor. So definitely achievement in work for you. And it's going to affect the whole entire year because it's happening the beginning of January. So obviously it's going to affect your entire year. So it could be also like you want to buy a rental property, invest in rental property, or move. Uranus also gonna go direct, and it's going to happen 19 degrees Taurus in your 10th house. It's a major progress in your career and in your public status. And there is some kind of potential unexpected development because Uranus is always unexpected, and some kind of innovation in your career, in your public life coming in. February 2024, we're going to have multiple planets conjunct Pluto in Aquarius. Pluto gonna move in February to Aquarius 0 degree. It's gonna affect your 7th house. Definitely intense focus on your relationship, business partnership, maybe on you and your partner, like significant other as well. So, first, Mercury going to conjunct Pluto. Mercury, anything to do with sales or communication, writing, anything to do with a vehicle. So you might going to change actually your car, or, like it could be like definitely you're going to have intense, deep communication with your business partner about investment or with your significant other. You can find powerful alliances. And then Mars going to conjunct Pluto on February 14th. This is very strong because both of them rule Scorpio, so it's a deep psychological transformation. And in the 7th house, it's psychological transformation, maybe seeking for therapy with your significant other, seeking for alliances, people who are powerful, people who are ready to support and protect you. Then Venus going to conjunct Pluto. So that is really good for pillow talk, sweet pillow talk, sexuality, intense sexuality, even with Mars. with your partner. So definitely could bring in some kind of different approach to your relationship, and it's going to be more attractive to you and more sexual and sensual. March 24th, Mercury conjunct Neptune, 27 degrees in Pisces. You know, it's going to be in your 8th house. 8th house, anything to do with taboos, with psychological matters, with other people's money, shared resources. So it's anything to do with pregnancy, sexuality, anything to do with inheritance, death, tax refund. So Mercury conjunct Neptune could represent some kind of confusing issue with shared resources. You might going to find though the prenup what you signed, it's not going to really serve you. It was some kind of illusion in it lies. Or, you know, you have to watch out with your inheritance or your tax refund. You know, you might haven't claimed something, and right now you will need to go to review by the authorities, something like that. Then Sun conjunct Neptune. Yes, so first Mercury and then Sun going to conjunct Neptune in 27 degrees. Again, 8th house, you know, it's something to do with your ego. Maybe you are actually pretending and not showing your true self. You are not authentic at this moment because of the inheritance is depend on you, maybe because of you cannot show that to your partner, because otherwise the prenup would go wrong. It could be something to do with like maybe you need to actually find a way to go to a psychologist, search for someone who can help you with some kind of addiction or obsession over here. Then we're going to have a Libra lunar eclipse in your 3rd house. Libra eclipse is going to happen at 5 degrees. And it's going to be an amazing, actually it's not necessary because it's a lunar eclipse, so it's an unexpected, fated event, and it has to do something karmic in a relationship for you, which is a significant shift in your communication, the way you relate to your siblings, to your neighborhood, the way you relate to your even children, and the way you relate to, if you are a teacher, you know, you're going to claim and demand respect for yourself from your students, and if they won't give it to you, you might going to stop teaching. Skill-based study could also end, and it's not necessarily on a good way, you know, like you might just not going to continue because of you have misunderstanding with your teacher here. So definitely it could end the relationship, even with a sibling, unfortunately. April 24th, April 2024, we're going to have a Mercury retrograde in Aries, and it's going to happen in your 9th house. It's gonna go retrograde 27 degrees Aries. So you need to reflect on your beliefs, on your education and foreign matters as well. There's some kind of delay could come in with if you would like to go abroad, or, you know, maybe they lost your paperwork if you applied for higher education, like if you applied for a university as well. But definitely there is kind of issue with your belief system, even with your publisher. So you might want it to publish something, but it's going to get delayed, or they didn't edit your book the way you want it to be edited, and it's going to bring in some kind of conflict. But when Mercury goes retrograde, you know, you can just sit still and wait for whatever occurs, and you are not assertive to move forward. It could, like, you can collect in the work what you were, you know, previously work for. So definitely in 9th house could be like, all right, you know, finally I published my book and I can sit back and waiting for the rewards. Or, you know, like I applied for school and right now I'm just waiting for the which school going to take me in. You can go back to a belief system, something what you studied or believed when you were younger, and it served you, and right now you're willing to go back to practice that religion again. All right. And then what else gonna happen in April? Yeah, Venus going to conjunct Neptune. This is amazing because it's gonna happen in Pisces in your 8th house. And Venus and Neptune is the higher octave of love, higher octave of Venus, 28 degrees Pisces. Actually, 27 degrees Pisces when Venus is exalted. So Venus is in the exalted rulership, and it's like, all right, she's a VIP over here. She loves to be here. She's on vacation. It's very idealistic. It's it is an amazing situation. For example, if you are seeking for really, really intimate, deep connection with a significant other, it could also bring in some very positive financial windfall from shared resources as well. Like you will feel like, oh my God, this is a dream. Am I alive? Or, I'm just dreaming. Definitely deep connection, definitely intimate, but it's more intimate on a soul level and a spiritual level. But because of the 8th house is also sexuality, it's connected even sexually on a spiritual level. So this is beautiful here. Then we're going to have the solar eclipse in Aries in your 9th house. Solar eclipse is a fated event, unexpected, chaotic. However, it's always turned out to be positive, especially if it's aspected your natal planets positively and the benefits. So 9th house, it is anything to do like a new philosophical beliefs, anything to do with travel, education, older sibling, publishing, foreign matters, immigration, passport. So there is an opportunity for you to publish a book, to start YouTubing, actually to get followers overnight, and it's going to affect your public event, like your followers positively. Then we're going to have Jupiter conjunct Uranus, 21 degrees Taurus. That is going to happen in your 10th house. This is an amazing event, guys, because that is one in a lifetime almost, because it's happened when was the Great Depression and the World War. So, some of us didn't even, haven't been alive back then. And in your 10th house, anything to do with your public image, it's unexpected, it's innovational, it's something to do, which is like, almost like such a sudden change in your career, which could take you to up highs, which could change your life forever, and it could be very, very positive, especially Uranus, anything to do with technology. So if you are innovated or invented something, it could go public and it could change your life. You can become very famous overnight as well, so it could be amazing for you. Mercury direct 15 degrees Aries in your 9th house. So, there is going to be some kind of clarity coming in. The travel that you had to postpone, right now you are capable to go to. If you stop talking to your sibling, right now you're capable to talk again with your sibling. Or actually, if you had any issue with publishing and YouTubing, right now you fixed by this time. May. So let's see, Pluto retrograde 2 degrees Aquarius on May 2nd. Pluto goes to retrograde many times every single year. It goes to retrograde, so it's time to reassess something about your relationship, about your partnership. It's gonna drip in back to Capricorn later on the year, but right now, anything to do with your alliances, anything to, maybe a court case is going to actually come back into your life. Sun and Venus going to conjunct Uranus, first Sun and after Venus in 23 degrees Taurus in your 10th house. That is definitely amazing to your career. It's a sudden shift. It's a positive event. You're gonna shine this year. Your career going to be amazing, Leos. And then Jupiter going to enter Gemini, and Jupiter gonna leave your 10th house and going to enter Gemini to your 11th house. which is going to bring growth in your social circle and some kind of long-term aspiration for you. Very positive. 11th house is your luck. So you're going to be lucky. And as I said, because of career, public status, you're going to get honored. And that's why everything is changing around you. You're going to have a lot of money out from your career, actually. So that is positive. And then Mercury going to conjunct Uranus, 24 degrees Taurus, 10th house. Again, you're going to get some kind of amazing idea, surprising idea, something, you know, like revolutionary idea, but they're going to take on. And then maybe you are writing, maybe you are making a movie, and that is going to lead you to success. And your career is again in a good shift during 2024. June we have Jupiter trine Pluto. This is very positive. Jupiter is in Gemini, Pluto is in Aquarius in retrograde. You know, there is changing in your social life, but definitely positive changing in your social life. You can become famous. It's very public. It's really nice energy. People want to actually support you, support your ideas, your career. And then Saturn gonna go retrograde. As I said, all the social and outer planets are going retrograde every year. So it's not a unusual energy, but it's gonna go retrograde 19 degrees Pisces, and it's in your 8th house, Leo. So it has anything to do with your shared resources, with intimate matters, your investment. You know, let's revisit your investment. Let's revisit that bank statement, you know, everything with taboos, everything with inheritance and family matters. There is some kind of investigation could go on with identity theft. There it could be some kind of investigation, because it is also anything to do with private detectives as well. So you might going to have to rehire someone. And even if you are actually hiring someone to check on your intimate partner, you know. All right, then we're going to have the eclipses in March and April. You know, I was talking about that, but again, 3rd and 9th houses, you know, anything to do with younger and older siblings and short and long distance traveling. So there is a letting go of an idea of, for example, long distance traveling, but again, no, actually short distance traveling and siblings and neighborhood, you know, like you are not connecting with your neighborhood anymore, and you want to actually move, and you want to have a new educational pursuit. You want to live in a foreign country. You might going to have a second marriage if you are already divorced. Jupiter in Gemini and Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, it's in your 11th and 10th house. As I said, 10th house, anything to do with a sudden change in your career and public status. And then it's actually when Jupiter moves into Gemini, it's obvious it's bringing for you some kind of new network, because your career is changed. So your social circle is changing and money from your career is coming. The second half of the year, it's July 2nd, Neptune retrograde in 29 degrees Pisces. You know, 29 degrees is karmic degrees, 8th house is your taboo house. So anything to do with shared resources, inheritance, your insurance money, surgery. So, you know, there is very deep psychological situation over here. You might want to actually go back deep in and reflect on your psychological spiritual matters over here. Spiritual because of Neptune we are talking about. You know, it's some kind of internal reassessment, something to do with hiring a shrink or going for therapy, anything to do, a sex therapy could be as well. But, you know, you might also want to actually go back and study how to invest, because you didn't know how to manage your finances. You were a little bit making bad decisions about finances, and right now you want to learn more about it. July 9th, Jupiter sextile the North Node. You know, this is beautiful. 11th house is involved over here. Opportunities for growth through social connections and community involvement. You know, Jupiter is growth, North Node is your purpose. Definitely there is people who want to support your ideas, who want to support your career and your dreams. July 18, Uranus retrograde, 26 degrees Taurus in your 10th house, and opportunities coming back with your career, with your public image. You can actually, you know, like, there is definitely a shift over here. The career opportunity could slow down because Uranus is gonna go retrograde, but it is good to reassessment. It is good to, all right, you know what, I approach this new public image a little bit like more assertively, and right now I have to take back because then they're not going to like me. July 23rd, no, actually 21st, Mercury going to conjunct Venus in your sign in Leo. So, you know, Venus is love, Mercury is communication. There is a harmonious communication between you and the partner, a love affair. It could be very pleasant for you because of, you know, you will feel empowered, you want to chat. It's a lot of personal charm and a lot of social interaction coming into your life. Maybe you're going to actually have a contract to become a model, or you know, maybe you're going to do some kind of art project and get a contract for that. September 1st, Sun going to conjunct Mars, 9 degrees Virgo, second house. You know, that is some kind of increase with your financial matters. And also it is focus on your personal values as well. But definitely Mars is very powerful and you're not going to take no for an answer. You're going to be assertive and you want to find a new opportunity to actually approach a new earning opportunity. September 9th, Pluto retrogrades back into Capricorn to your 6th house. You know, it is anything to do with changes with your environment, work environment and health routines. You know, that is the last Pluto in Capricorn. That is the last kick. You must need the change, and it is going to urge you to make the change with anything to do if you have any obsession or, you know, some kind of sexual issues or some kind of issues with your reproductive system, it will be actually fixed. September 17, a lunar eclipse gonna happen in Pisces in your 8th house. You know, this is a shift over here with shared resources, intimacy and psychological matters. You know, the lunar eclipse is not necessarily good. You might have to let go of here what you thought it's serving you, but it's not. You can get rid of an obsession. You can get rid of some kind of addiction as well. And Pisces, anything to do with spirituality. You might have done a lot of ayahuasca or mushrooms or things like that, and you think like it's not serving you anymore, it's not doing any changes in your life positively, and you want to get rid of that. It could be also like you have to be careful with your inheritance because, you know, you might actually be like not getting the inheritance from parents because they think you don't deserve it. October 2nd, an annual solar eclipse in Libra, 10 degrees, and in your 3rd house. So definitely it's your neighborhood and it's positive. It's a positive change. You might going to get a new car. You actually finally can do that license what you wanted to do, and it could be anything to do with a sibling. You might start to communicate again on a deeper level over here, and it could also bring some kind of harmonious communication with a partner, with a business partner. October 6th, Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius. This year it's everything in fire signs, so you know you're going to be affected, unfortunately, even if it's gonna trine with your placement, because of you are a fire sign, and it is going to slow you down. You need to reflect on your creative project. Something is not going on the way what you wanted, and you have to reevaluate, reassess, rewrite. So it's also could bring back a romantic partner for you, a relationship, or some kind of issue with a child, and you need to reassess that issue with a child. Or, you know, you thought you don't want to have a child, but right now you want to and planning to have one again. Saturn direct 16 degrees Pisces in your 8th house, you know, it's good for your resources, anything to do with joint finances and deep and emotional connection with your significant other. Let's go to November. November, we have Jupiter square Saturn. It's gonna be Gemini and Pisces 11 and 8th house. There could be some kind of tension between expanding your social network and your responsibilities. You know, there could be some kind of limitation in shared resources, and that's why you are not capable to expand your social network, because it's gonna hold you back. December 1st, we're going to have Neptune direct, 26 degrees, 8th house. It's clarity, it's a forward movement, blockage is over, you know, over with your shared financial issues or even with intimate matter. December 6th, Mars going to go retrograde, and it's gonna go retrograde in your sign, so you're going to be really affected. Then it's going to be back into Cancer in your 12th house. So there could be some kind of psychological issue or addiction could come back to you, or you might going to seek for, you know, like for get rid of some kind of mental psychological issues when it's gonna go back to Cancer. But first it's going to affect you whole December 2025, January, and most time in February as well in your 1st house, which is your goals, your body, you know, the way you are present yourself. And, you know, it could be reflect on self-assertion. And later, you know, like it could reflect anything on hidden matters. But Mars retrograde definitely going to affect you. There's gonna be a major change for you here. All right, so let's see what else I wanted to say for you, you know, about this Mercury, about this Mars retrograde. So you're going to have to reassess the approach, the way you are approaching, and the way you are actually pretend and represent your company. And represent yourself. So maybe you were a little bit way too aggressive, and right now you're going to get back a notch because you see it's not going to take you anywhere. And when it's gonna go back to your 12th house, there could be some kind of dealing with some subconscious issues. But you're also going to resolve those psychological issues as well. All right, guys, so if you loved my videos, please like, comment, subscribe, and share my videos. I'm coming up with more in 2024. I wish you a beautiful, happy, loving new year, and I see you later. Thank you. Bye for now.